In this video, we're going to learn about mathematical reflections of points on a coordinate grid. When you look in a pond and see yourself, you see a reflection, and that's due to light waves and the laws of science. A reflection is the bouncing of light rays off of a surface like this lake here. And here's its surface, and you can see there's a reflection of everything that you see around the lake in the surface. And it's actually light waves. So as we can see, we have point A here at the top of the mountain, and we have point B here as a reflection of the top of the mountain. Then I want you to notice this orange line here, just a line segment that sort of stops right where the surface meets the air of the water, like our sea level. And what do you notice about the distance between point A and this line segment and point B and this line segment? Hopefully you said that they are the same distance away from the line segment as each other, but in opposite directions. So on this number line, you can see that negative 4 and 4 are opposites because they are the same distance from 0 in opposite directions. And so if we took this number line and overlaid it onto this coordinate grid, it's just like this is the x-axis. And it looks like negative 4, 0, or this point on the coordinate grid, is the same distance away from this origin as 4, 0 is. So not only are 4 and negative 4 opposites, but the ordered pair on a coordinate grid is a reflection of the other point. And they are a reflection because they are the same distance away from this line, and we call it a line of reflection. They are each 1, 2, 3, 4 units away from the y-axis. So a reflection is just the mirror image that you get when you're flipping a figure across a line. It's as if I folded this piece of paper, if this were a piece of paper, and I folded it, I would know that this point would meet up perfectly with this point. On the coordinate plane, when you reflect a point across a line, as we did with this point 4, 0, negative 4, 0, you rename the reflected point using something called prime notation. So that word, we would say point A is this point here, negative 4, 0, and then this is pronounced A prime. You can also reflect a point across the x-axis. So on the previous pages we talked about reflecting across the y-axis, but what if we took this point P and reflected it across the x-axis? First of all, how could we find the coordinates of P after we reflected? I want you to notice what happens in terms of the signs of the ordered pair, the pair of numbers here. Notice what happens to their signs when we reflect this point across the x-axis. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight every time I reflect so that you can see the line of reflection that we're going to go across. So here I have P is 2 units away from the line of reflection. So I'm going to draw a new point P 2 units away from the line of reflection, but in the opposite direction. I'm going to name it P prime, and I'm going to put its ordered pair. So its ordered pair is 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2 in the negative. I went down, so that's negative. What do you notice about this pair of points? Well, the x value in the pair did not change at all. It's still 3. But the y value became its opposite. So just to make that clear, we reflected over the x-axis and the x value stayed the same, while the y value became its opposite. That's how you can tell what a reflected pair of points will be before you even reflect them. All right, what are the coordinates of this point here, point A? They're not whole numbers, so we're going to practice figuring out the coordinates of point A. So you go ahead and figure them out. All right, hopefully you chose either negative 3.52 or negative 3.5 2 for your ordered pair for point A. Now let's reflect point A across the x-axis. So we had the coordinates of point A, and they're listed for us there. And so we're going to reflect A across the x-axis. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight my x-axis line so I know which one I'm going to cross. And I'm going to take little a, and it looks like A is how many units away from the line of reflection? Well, I can count each grid mark as a unit away, even though they're counting across 2 grid marks for each unit. I'm going to go ahead and count each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. A is 4 units away from the line of reflection. So I'm going to go in the opposite direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, and plot my point there. And now it has its own set of ordered pairs, which is negative 3, 5, 0.5, comma, negative 2, since we went down. And that could also be expressed as negative 3.5, negative 2. And we're also going to name this point A prime. All right, now we're asked to reflect A prime across the y-axis. That's this point here. So let's go ahead and reflect it across the y-axis. I'm going to need my highlighted axis line for my line of reflection. And I'm going to count how many units away from my line of reflection is point A. And I want you to note that even though this negative 2 here seems to be interrupting this grid line, I'm still going to count the same distance from it. I'm just going to kind of pretend it's not there while I'm counting. So I'm going to count from the A over to the line of reflection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7 units away from the line of reflection. So I'm going to go 7 units away in the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go ahead and plot that there. And then I'm going to see, does that ordered pair make sense in terms of what we've learned about how the ordered pair connects or compares to its original point? I'm also going to call this a double prime, because I didn't just reflect it once, I reflected it twice. So we're now going to take a look at the ordered pair, make sure it matches up. So I have positive 3.5, negative 2. And let's see if that makes sense from what we learned. So I crossed the y-axis, and my y value stayed the same. And I just noticed I wrote something wrong, I said the wrong thing and wrote the wrong thing. It is positive 3.5 when I went 1, 2, 3.5. That was positive 3.5. And that makes me, I just checked my work because I see that if I reflect over the y-axis, the y value should stay the same, but the x value should be its opposite. And now I fixed it, so it is. That's how we could use the word opposite to compare the ordered pairs of each of the reflected points and their reflections. Last, we're going to reflect this entire figure over a line of reflection. And it's going to be reflect the figure across the y-axis. First thing I'm going to do is highlight my y-axis. So I can imagine folding the paper along that line and making a mirror image of each point on this figure. I like to start with the point that's very bold here. So I would like you to count and decide where that's going to go. How many units away from the line of reflection is it? Hopefully you said that was 4 units away from the line of reflection. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, we have to make it all the way over. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 units away and place it right here. And now I'm going to count each of the other points and see how far they are away from the line of reflection. That one was 2. Now I'm going to count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place it right there. Go up to the top and count 1, 2, and it is 1, 2 in the opposite direction. And now that I have all 4 corners of the object plotted, I can go ahead and connect their points with each other and see if I make the same figure that I started out with originally, but it's mirror image, so that if I folded my paper or this graph along the y-axis here, each point would touch, and that looks perfect. They would all touch. All right, hopefully you got a lot out of this video about graphing reflections.